Hey guys, it's Miss Connor back with another weekly iReady video. So this video is going to be about the iReady lesson that goes along with asking and answering questions about a story. So I thought what better way to do that is to do a little read aloud, and I will stop and ask you questions as I go, just like we would do on the carpet in our classroom. So before we begin, the first thing I wanted to remind you about the iReady lesson this week is to please, please, please use the speaker buttons. If you've been watching these iReady videos in the past few weeks, you know every time I remind you, please use the speaker buttons. Even for my readers, make sure if you want to try and practice reading the story by yourself and reading the questions and the answers, definitely do that. But when you're done, make sure you click on the speaker button so you can hear the words as well, because I think that will really help you. So here we go, and I'm going to once again read you this story, Pig the Pug, Pig the Fibber. So I will be reading you this story, and as I read, I will stop and ask you some questions, and I want you to say the answers out loud, either to a family member, to me on the other side of the screen, or to yourself. Just practice getting familiar with answering questions about things that you see or hear in the text. So here we go. Pig the Fibber. And I know that the main character is going to be Pig right here, and he is a pug, which is a type of dog. But this time, I think he's going to be a fibber. That's somebody that does not tell the truth. So we'll see. If you stay tuned next week for some of our read-alouds, you'll see more stories about Pig the Pug. All right, here we go. Oh goodness. Sometimes in the inside of a book it says this book belongs to, and you can write your name in it. It looks like Trevor had wrote his name in there and Pig crossed it out and said, no, it's Pigs. How silly. All right, the title page, Pig the Fibber. Here we go. I was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, I would often tell lies, just to get in my own way. And when I would fib, I was awfully clever. And when I got in trouble, I would always blame Trevor. So we know that this is Pig. And if they're saying, I would always blame Trevor, I think this is Trevor. So when he was not telling the truth, he would blame it on Trevor. You see, I would mess up the living room mat, and then I'd just point and say, Trevor did that. Oh gosh, and let's stop at this point in the story, boys and girls. Notice that I'm saying, you see, I would mess up the living room mat, and then I'd just point and say Trevor did that. So that's not Miss Connor saying that I would mess up the living room mat. Which character is telling the story when it says, I would mess up the living room mat? Who is telling the story? Tell your family, tell your siblings, tell yourself, tell Miss Connor on the other side of the computer. Who is telling the story? Yes, I hope you said Pig the Pug. Pig the Pug is the one, when he says I, Pig the Pug is talking. He's saying, I would just point and say Trevor did that. Hopefully you got that one right. Or I'd shatter a beautiful vase full of flowers. And then I'd say, Trevor has been crazy for hours. I once even ripped up a lovely old dress. Then I hid behind Trevor and made him confess. Why do you do this? Asked poor little Trevor. I thought we were friends. But I said, Whatever. Then came the day of of my sneakiest plan. Pig said, I will steal all the treats that I can. They keep them up there in the closet up high. But before I can get them, I need a good lie. Oh, boys and girls, what was Pig's sneakiest plan ever? Let me read the page one more time and see if you can listen for what was his sneakiest plan he had ever thought of. Then came the day of my sneakiest plan. I will steal all the treats that I can. They keep them up there in the closet up high, but before I can get them, I need a good lie. Tell your family, tell me, tell somebody what was Pig's sneakiest plan. Yes, if I look back at the words, boys and girls, I'm seeing that Pig is saying, I will steal all the treats that I can. That is his sneakiest plan. He even tells us, then came the day of my sneakiest plan. And you can see from the picture too that he's looking up and he's looking where they keep all the jumbo dog biscuits. And with that, I let rip. It was stinky and grim. Then he pointed at Trevor and said it was him. Oh goodness, boys and girls, what did Pig do and blame Trevor for? It doesn't tell you with the words, but it tells you with the picture. Hope you got that one right. So Trevor was taken outside for some air. This was my chance, and I climbed on a chair. Those treats will be mine, and I'll gobble them all. But behind all those treats, let's see. Behind all those treats was an old bowling ball. Uh-oh, I'm noticing Pig's face. He looks awfully worried. But these days it's different, I'm happy to say. I have stopped lying. Hip, hip, hooray. I may have some bruises and one less front tooth, but I sure learned my lesson. And that is the truth. Boys and girls, I want you to think about what happened at the end of the story. I will even go back a few pages and give you a picture walk, and I want you to remember the words that you heard and look at the pictures and then describe to someone what happened in the end of the story. The end is what's happening last. So here's the last few pages. Think about what was he trying to do in this picture. And then what happened? And at the end, the very, very end, all right, boys and girls, I hope you were describing that at the end of the story, Pig was trying to steal the dog biscuits, but the bowling ball came down and hit him on the head, and now he has learned his lesson about lying. So, boys and girls, I hope that this was a fun little review for your iReady lesson. And remember, please, please, please use the speaker buttons. Take your time. Use all of the information from the words and the pictures to answer your iReady questions. And do a great job. Make your teacher proud. Bye, guys.